Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this is reaching you. Hello, race fans, to the inaugural race of the NVIDIA Cup Series. This is Daytona Duel number 1, and this will determine who will start where in the illustrious Daytona 500. On our poll for the 500 is going to be Shaun, Hoffman Jr. in the 22, also starting up front in the duel. And starting alongside him, as long as there's no backup cars, is Aiden Allen driving the number 1 Trackhouse Chevrolet. Let's go through our starting lineup. In first place, we have Shaun Hoffman Jr. driving the number 22 Moneyline Ford Mustang. Next to him, number 51, Brendan Reed, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports, making their debut. Starting in fourth place, we have Wyatt Chow, driving for Colleague Racing. Alongside him, we have Connor Nelson, driving the M&M's Toyota Camry. Moving back to row 3, we have Jeff Dubuquet, driving the number 35 for Front Row Motorsports. Alongside him, Alex McDonald, another Kyle Busch Motorsports entry sponsored by Rowdy Energy. In the next row back, we've got Kyle Rigger driving for Team Penske in the Pennzoil Ford Mustang. Alongside him, Giant Gigantar driving for Colleague Racing. And in the final row in the top 10, up top, we have number 19, Nick Ryder driving the DeWalt Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Inside of him, starting 9th, we have Jake Edwards driving the Ally number 48 Chevrolet for Rick Hendrick. Let's get these cars moving. Alright, pace car is going to be in this time. We have 16 laps here of racing at Daytona International Speedway to determine the starting order for the Daytona 500. Hoffman will lead them to the flag. And green flag is out. Joe Gibbs cars in this race, 2 Penske cars, 2 Hendricks. Who's going to win the first race here in the NVIDIA Cup Series? The 22 car has had a very strong speed weeks, nabbing the pole. The 22 is definitely going to be a name to look out for. That is Shaun Hoffman Jr. driving that Moneyline Ford Mustang. Moving into third on the bottom there is that yellow 2 car. That is Kyle Rigger, teammates to Hoffman here. Hoffman will lead the first lap. Ford, your top 3 right now. It's Hoffman, Dubuquet, Rigger. Not far behind is Jake Edwards, started on the inside lane. In 9th, has moved up to 4th already. Penske cars outside, Dubuquet inside. Looks like there may be a lead change between the 2 black and teal cars. At the line, it is going to be Hoffman, who will make the aggressive move. Will there be a wreck? Who's going to the back? We're going 3 wide here in the middle. That's the 41 car of Trevor Walker coming below. He's got Steelhouse teammate Jordan Walker right behind him. 3 wide, multiple rows down the backstretch, but those Penske cars on top, Hoffman and Rigger. push strong. In the middle of the lanes now, Hoffman's blocking, but there is no run to be blocking right now. You look on the inside, there's the 77 car of Diego Tacone. Tacone has moved from almost the back of the field up to the track. As the 18 and the 48 of Edwards and Nelson are high up on the racetrack. It's all going to be about when somebody's ready to make a push on this 22 car. There are Fords dominating the top 6 here. '22 car with a comfortable lead exiting this turn. So far has still led every lap. 77 car of Diego Tacone is really on the move here. Blaze Chevrolet driving for Colleague Racing as a 4th car. There is no Spire in this reality. That is a Colleague car. Other than that, most teams are true to real NASCAR. There's the 11 car. That's General Booty. Excellent name, the General. 11 car has had a lot of success at Daytona and plate tracks as a whole in the real life series. Can that success be replicated here? As that 22 car still roars ahead. Chevy's starting to get a little bit going on the inside lane. You can see the 77 of Tacone being pushed by Kabuto Hantu in the 43, and they've got Wyatt Chow in the 16 not far behind. '22 car still just a leg up on the field coming to lap 7. When will someone make a move? Still scoring almost a 0.2 of a second lead. Seems like all the battling behind is just helping. Inside lane starting to get a little head of steam here. It's going to have to be blocked by the 22. There's the 77 of Tacone in the draft. He moves up in front of the 10 car, trying to get just a little more, but that 22 has some speed. Inside of the 77 now, we've got the 43. There's Kabuto Hantu for driving for Petty GMS. Focus Factor, main sponsor on that car. Sporting lime green, dark blue. The lead actually got bigger for the 22 on that lap. Talk about Trevor Walker being in the front just a few minutes ago. He's dropped all the way to the back of the field. Same with the 2 car of Kyle Rigger, who started up front with his teammate. '43 car moves up back in front of the 77, but it does not seem like they're going to be able to get a run on this 22. Maybe they're starting to get something going here, starting to get a little more single file at the front. Here's the 43 car starting to close the gap. On the inside, we got some Toyotas starting to move things up. We've got 3 different teams, KBM, 2311, and Joe Gibbs all down there on the bottom. Here comes the 16 of Wyatt Chow poking inside. Starting to get a little racy up at the front here. Toyota's on the inside, gonna get a run. That's the 81 of Alex McDonald, who's leading that pack. 23 car behind him is Conte Pontiac. And Pontiac's actually gonna move low under the 81 car. That is going to slow down that 81 car, probably sending him back, and that is exactly what that 22 of Hoffman was looking for there. Shaun Hoffman has ran this race beautifully, putting a clinic on in that money line Ford Fusion. There are 3 wide for Rose behind him. About to be 4 wide. There's some contact being made between the 81 and the 23. I'm not so sure the 81 was too pleased with how the 23 just raced him there. There's the 18 of Connor Nelson. He's poking his nose down under the 23, but he will be cleared still. Coming to 6 laps to go. Into second place is the 23 car of Pontiac. We see the Kit Kat number 3 car. That is Oleg Bravarsky. Driving that Kit Kat Ford Mustang, driving the number 3 for Richard Childress. Yeah, Mustang, Richard Childress, a little, off, but not everything is perfect. But you know it has been perfect. The race driven by this 22 of Shaun Hoffman Jr. Only person that's been this close all race was the 2 at the beginning. Pontiac might have something to say here. He's going to need some help from the battling cars behind him, however. Will anybody be able to get past this 22 car? Second place here still is going to put you on road 2 if the 22 wins, though, because he has already secured his pole position for the Daytona 500. See more Toyotas starting to fill up the bottom back there. I saw the 19 car of Nick Ryder starting to move up. In the back now, we've got the 48 of Jake Edwards, and the 16 of Wyatt Chow has fallen. Here comes Oleg Bravarsky down to the inside of the 23. The pack is just not catching on quick enough for anybody to make some moves on this 22 car. There's the 18 of Connor Nelson, 33 of Johnny Gigantar behind him. Will the 18 move below and put the progress back, or will he stay behind the 3 and attempt to stab at the lead? Looks like he'll go with the 3, move up the track a little bit, and now he'll dive below the run. Laps to go for this 22 car of Shaun Hoffman Jr., who has led from start to finish so far. Starting to get some Toyotas on the inside. There's the 18, 51, and 19 on the line. 18 staying in the 22's draft, giving up the bottom to potentially those other Toyotas. That 22 just looks like it has been too hard to reel in all race. Nobody has been able to get close to making a move. He hasn't even been side by side with somebody. Two to go. Hoffman, Nelson, lead at your top 3. Is getting there. Doesn't have much help, but he is on the back bumper of that 22 car. He's going to need that 51 to catch up to him if he's going to make a move on this next lap. That 51's getting there, though. The 51 looks like he's going to go below. He's going to take a run below, and that is going to hang the 18 up to dry. They are not worrying about manufacturer alliance right here. White flag to the 22 car. The 51 of Brendan Reed, Nick Ryder behind, and recovering well after dropping back is Trevor Walker in the 21. Connor Nelson in the 18 is losing positions. Where will he drop back to? I'm not so sure anybody is going to pass this 22 car. Here comes Walker to the inside of the 19. Not a good enough run. It's going to be a battle between Brendan Reed and Nick Ryder for that second row. Here we are coming out of turn 4. Coming to the checkered flag, it is domination by Shaun Hoffman in the duel. Second place, Nick Ryder. Third place goes to the 51. Fourth place, 41. Nelson, top 5. Giant Gigantar come home in 6th. Jordan Walker, 7th. Kyle Riggle, 8th. Diego Catone, 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Jeff Dubuquet. Not the run that Jake Edwards or Wyatt Chow were looking for. They'll be starting towards the back in the Great American Race. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be duel number 2, presented by Credit One Bank here at Daytona. Starting off in duel 2, we'll have Aiden O'Malley in first place. In second place, Jim Bob Cooter. Another great name in the sport. In row 3, we have number 4 of Ringus McDingus. Cooter McDingus might be the best combination of names we could have. Then we've got Rian Putra in the 29 car driving for Richard Childress Racing. In the next row, up top, we have number 17. That is Blake Burnett driving the Fastenal Ford. Inside of him, we have Roland Heidfeld driving for the Wood Brothers. Next row back, we have number 8, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Just kidding, we've got John Morgan driving the number 8 Chevrolet. Inside of him, we have Jaden Reed driving the number 9 Ashok Chevrolet. And in the final row in the top 10 up top, we have number 7, Drew Mushaben. And we have number 31 of Drew Wood. 2 Drews, 1 row. Now let's get back up to the leader and let's get these cars rolling. And we are officially currently here at Daytona. In the first duel, we watched as Shaun Hoffman Jr. of the 22 Penske Racing led every lap in a masterful showing here at Daytona International Speedway, already capturing the pole. The car advancing to the second place spot in that duel is going to be Nick Ryder in the 19. He'll be starting 3rd in the Great American Race. The winner of this race will be starting 4th. It's all about that starting position as we are side by side in turn 1 and 2, or turns 3 and 4 right now, with Aiden O'Malley still holding on to the lead. It is neck and neck racing for the lead right now. This is more side-by-side action than we're in all of Duel 1 combined. That 42 car looking to get a win for Petty GMS Racing. Newly merged. Some drivers you'll see in the back right now is Trevor Martin driving the 14 Mahindra car. Mike Bliss Jr., son of former NASCAR Xfinity Series and Truck Series driver Mike Bliss. We've got the 45, Christian Luza. 42 car still holds strong on the inside lane. We're going to take an onboard camera with the number 21 car. Daytona 500 coming up very soon. The most treasured day in motorsports. Down the backstretch, the 99 car of Jim Bob Cooter is getting a good run, but the outside is starting to disband. The inside is going to roar back just when Cooter thought he had something going on there. Coming to lead the lap, it's going to be O'Malley again. So far, O'Malley has led every lap to speak of this race. Pushing behind him, that is Ringus McDingus driving the Mobile One Ford Mustang for Stuart Haas. McDingus might poke low. Yes, he will. The 42 is going to get caught in the middle. Will the inside be able to get a run around him, or will he be able to come back down? This is good news for the 99, but the 99 does not have sufficient pushing coming from Renia Putra. New leader, number 4, Ringus McDingus, and that is the first lead change of the season. Looks like we may be getting a second as he jumps down low to block Roland Heifeld. And the 99 car of Jim Bob Cooter is going back to outside. They are 3 wide back there. Cooter is going to be losing a lot of spots in this train. Roland Heifeld here in the 21 being pushed by the 9 of Jaden Reed. May get a chance to lead this lap. The 4 goes up top to block Aiden O'Malley, as they are 3 wide in multiple rows. Here's the 31 car of Drew Wood starting to push through the middle there, as this lap looks like it may go up the line. It's the 4 car. That's Ringus McDingus just barely leading the lap there over the 21. 21 car on the inside, however, he's starting to get a run now. There's the 1 car starting outside pole at Daytona. That is Aiden Allen in the Casa del Sol Chevrolet Camaro driving for Trackhouse. Him and Jim Bob Cooter both have been running pretty solidly up the front as Cooter continues to drop back a little bit more. Behind him, that's the 47. That is the only woman in the series. That is Cindy Stream driving for JTG Daughtry Motorsports. Lap looks like it's going to be led by Mr. Heifeld, Roland. And it is a tight battle between the 4 and the 21. The 1 car's in the middle, 47's going to go low there. 3 wide, 4, 5, 6 rows deep over here at Daytona. That's going to be hard for the 21 to block them all. Here comes on the outside, that is the 4 car. Being pushed by the 9 car of Jaden Reed, McDingus and Reed on the out. Tamayo in that 6 Amazon Prime Ford Mustang. Leading this lap, it's going to be the 21 again. Ooh, maybe not. That was real close. At the line, it was the 4. Led that lap by 1/1000th of a second. So tight racing here with 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Definitely much more of a battle this race than the last one was. That 22 car did not look to be touchable that race. Fighting back hard on the outside is this 4 car of Ringus McDingus. That Mobile One Pegasus Ford Fusion has some good speed. That 9 car of Jaden Reed has also been a great pusher. Cindy Stream there on the bottom looks like she is looking for a move soon. The 12 car behind them is Mike Bliss Jr. driving for Roger Penske. wondering why you haven't seen many of the Toyotas up front, that's because they were all in the last race, pretty much. In this race, we've only got two, and that's the 45 car of Christian Luza and the 20 car of Noah Hobson. Toyotas finished pretty well in the first duel, with Nick Ryder coming home in second, Brendan Reed third, Connor Nelson fifth, and the rest outside of the top 10. A relentless battle for who can get the best run out of the turn. It is Roland Heidfeld who leads another lap. It has been a back and forth kind of race between these two over the last few laps, and both of these drivers are majorly in contention for this win. Hyde. Car. For the first time in a long time, that 4 car may actually be cleared on the outside. Oh, never mind. He is roaring back with a strong run off of the push from that 9 car. 45 car looks like he just got shuffled into the middle. 8 car of John Morgan is going to assume the inside position behind Noah Hobson in the 20. Another lap led for Roland Heidfeld. 4 laps to go here at Daytona in this second duel, and this one has been a nail-biter for the 21 and the 4 fans. Will that 47 attempt to make a move? There's the 20 in the middle trying to give some more draft to the 45. This may end up losing him some positions if he can't get back down. Not a lot of position movement going up through the pack because of how many cars are just stacked up right there. You see the 42 who started up front. He is on the back end of that outside lane. There's Jim Bob Cooter in dead last right now. This 47 car of Cindy Stream looks like she is itching to make a move, but a move's going to be made under her first. That is Noah Hobson in the 20, and he has support from the 8 car of John Morgan. The 21 goes middle, try to block someone. The 20 might be able to squeeze inside. Where he's going to have to worry with these cars consolidating. There's the 20 car going for a first pass and first new leader since the 4 and the 21 battled. Who's it going to be at the line? 21, Roland gets another one. Hobson is not quite in first place yet, but John Morgan right behind him is a good pusher. New leader, 20 car, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. Winning this race will put him alongside the other DeWalt car, the number 19 machine of Nick Ryder, in row 2 of the Daytona 500. Driving in last place right now, that's your second place starter. That is Aiden Allen. He is just cruising around, getting to the end of this race. He'll be starting up front regardless. As we're coming to the white flag here, it is Hobson next to Heidfeld, behind him Morgan, behind Heidfeld, Sydney Stream. White flag, and they are nose to nose here at the line. Incredibly close racing. Who is going to get the better run here? That 21's going to need to roar back on the outside with help from the 47. It looks like they will get a run. It's going to be a close finish when we get out of turn 4 here. Heidfeld with the slight advantage going into 3. 20 car of Hobson on the inside. Little bit of disconnect from the outside lane. This could be all Hobson needs to secure it. Can Heidfeld get a run on the outside? It's going to be a drag race to the line. Checkered flag. Noah Hobson wins duel number 2 just barely over Roland Heidfeld in the 21 car. John Morgan comes home 3rd. Sydney Stream 4th. 14 Trevor Martin gets up to 5th. Teammates Ringus McDingus 6th. Giovanni Martinez coming home in 7th. Christian Luza 8th. 9th place, we've got Drew Mushaben, and in 10th place, Jim Bob Cooter with a solid recovery. Finishing at the back of this race, we have Michael Bliss Jr. and Rian Putra in the 29. This was a good Daytona duel race, and I hope you enjoyed the coverage. 2/100th of a second between Hobson and Heidfeld here at the end. That 20 DeWalt car will be starting next to the 19 DeWalt car in the Daytona 500.